America seems crazier than usual this week. Bad vibes, man. A big ball of negative bullshit swinging over us like a pendulum. And we know not when the chain will snap, and we know not what scrap of planet will be baptized in nuclear fire or sprinkled with a man-made supervirus, or just plain old tracked down by a hungry mob of the once human. I don't know what it is, folks, but the scent of blood is in the air, and the nostrils of predators worldwide are flaring up in keen interest. Something is looming on the horizon. We know this not because of prophecy, but because history repeats itself. It always has, and it will continue to do so until one of the repetitions finally kills us all. Violence is our past, our present, and our future. Last week, the number of people who have attempted murders in the name of Slender Man was 2. This week, it's 3. A 13-year-old girl in Ohio tried to stab her mother for Slender Man, for an internet meme, for a creepypasta, for a fucking campfire ghost story. Charles Manson, old Chucky M, is getting paroled. I heard about that in an email. I didn't bother to check it out at all, but I assume it's true. Why would the internet lie to me? Oh yeah, it's link bait put out there by the parody sites who make up outrageous stories with no clear indication that they're satire because they want to attract clicks and get ads. An honest day's living on the internet, lying to people about what's going on in the world and getting paid for it. God bless America, and God bless the internet, and God bless the entire stinking fucking human race. I think it's interesting that America, and perhaps the world, was so eager to believe a lame story about the almost impossible event of Charles Manson's parole. Why were people so eager to tell and believe this particular lie at this particular time? Because there's violence in the air. The king of senseless violence reemerges to join us once again while we are at the height of a wave of senseless shootings. Is that too Freudian? No, if it was Freud, they'd work a penis in there at some point. Well, let me see. Guns are phallic symbols. Shooting. Yeah, okay, I think we can make this work. The Huffington Post says there's been a school shooting almost every week since Sandy Hook. 74 shootings in all, in 31 states. At least 74 people so disenfranchised with existence that they felt the need to destroy other people's lives in a hopeless criminal enterprise, with nothing to gain other than some vague but passionate concept of retribution. Revenge against the world for at least 74 different perceived slights. What causes these shootings, we ask? Is it the guns? Is it the mental health care system or lack thereof? Is it music? Is it movies? Is it TV? Is it video games? Is it patriarchy? Is it poverty? Is it bullying? Is it drugs? Is it poisonous ideologies like Nazism? Is it man's violent nature? Is it just a media that selectively pushes certain narratives to the surface to stir up bullshit? To be honest with you, it could be any, or none, or some, or all of those things. But it seems that violence has trends, just like any other human activity. We don't dress the same way now that we did in the 1980s, and people in the 1980s didn't dress the same way that people dressed in the 1950s. And so on, until you get back to the days of the bare-assed fucking apes. It seems to me that school shootings have just become trendy. Like, remember a few years ago, everyone was wearing shoes with fucking holes in them? Crocs. Yeah. No, a Croc is a threatening reptile. You are a doughy mammal with Swiss cheese for loafers. People wore Crocs. Then they mostly realized, wait a minute, these are fucking hideous and make me unlikable as a human being. I will now burn them in my backyard and tell anyone who asks that I never owned any. Hopefully, whatever the cause of the school shootings, they'll go out of vogue soon. Hopefully, the deranged and disgruntled psychos out there who want revenge on the world will find a more productive way to harm all of humanity than just shooting people. Maybe they could become cops or politicians or CEOs or prosecutors or military leaders or stifling teachers or bitter bureaucrats. There's respectable ways of harming your fellow man, goddammit. What are these killers thinking? Elliot Rodger could have been a fucking senator. I mean, he was a little spoiled rich kid. Why the fuck not? So you don't like women, Roger? Big deal. Just be a fucking Republican. Adam Lanza could have worked as a teacher. Instead of just shooting kids, you can use your position of authority to undermine their self-esteem and crush their creativity. And you get a new class of them every year. At the higher grades, you get more than one class a year. Think of all the lives you could potentially ruin, Adam. Shooting kids is so short-sighted in comparison.
If you enjoyed this video, please click here to subscribe to my beautiful channel and watch all of my beautiful content. You can also follow me on various social media sites by clicking the links down below.
Fuck you, amazing retard.
I agree.
Fuck the amazing atheist.